Morning guys, sorry if I sound bunged up in this video, but I had a bit of a fever the other day, so still not feeling 100%. So this morning we have ventured to Klong Toi MRT and we are going to Tot or Toat market. It's a morning market, so it's just after 8:30 in the morning now, and apparently by about 9 o'clock a lot of the fresh produce is finished, but they keep the food hall. This section here, but we're down the middle here, so you've got some like street food and then you've got some that are more like sit down at a table. So you got more Isan sausage, mu ping, I do love these markets. Like, again, like, you should never be intimidated or be put off by any kind of a language barrier, because everybody here is genuinely just always super friendly and always accommodating. Even if you don't speak the language, you can always find a way of expressing what you want. So we will grab a little bite of food now in a minute. There's a really nice stall here. It looks like they sell basically like a buffet spread. We have some pork leg, some Hanani style chicken. Really is delicious. And I mean, this is literally just one stop from Lumpini Park, and I swear I am the only tourist in this market, and it looks food-wise tremendous, but I don't know what to get is the problem. We'll have to get something because I am hungry. So I saw what looked like fried pork down the end, so it might be a fried pork noodle, but I mean, look at this. This is like one giant buffet of food, and from what I can tell on the sign, it's like you get one item for like 35 to 40 and then two items for 45 to 50 baht. So we will see what it is. And then we've got pork noodle soup here by the looks of it. Again, it's all in foreign, so I will find something. I'm just gonna have another little meander down, make sure I haven't missed anything, and then I'll be back with you with where I go. So I just got like a pork noodle soup. I added a little bit of dried chili. I got some thin slices of pork, some crispy pork, and then some dumplings in there as well. And the woman is sat just over there making the dumplings. So I literally, obviously all being in Thai, I walked up to the queue, and there was a woman putting a bowl together. I said hello, just pointed to the bowl and said, I'll have one of them please. And here we go. 50 baht, so like a little over £1. I love like the water spinach that they put in everything here. It always has such a refreshing flavor. The noodles look incredible. They're really thin. They feel super bouncy. And I'm really looking forward to this first mouthful of noodles. The textures of noodles I had here have been somewhat varying. Some have been soft, some have been like crispy depending on how they're cooked. These have a little bite to them. Really, really good. Can't tell, I think they're probably handmade. because they just got a little vat of them like out the front, floured, and you just grab them and give them a little blanch just before you have them. That broth is super clean. It's not like fatty or anything like that. Thin bits of pork, very thin bits of pork. As you imagine, super tender, a little sweet from whatever it is that they put on the outside of that when they cook it. Crispy pork. Now, I heard loads of people say about crispy pork before I came here, and I do love pork, but now that I was kind of looking for it, I'm amazed just how many places have it. It's like every corner. It's like 7-Elevens. That skin holds its crunch in that broth quite well, so it's not as crispy as it would be if you didn't have it in that soup. And then the handmade dumplings. Loads of flavour of like chive and onion. And this is an incredible breakfast. Like I say, it's a little after 9 in the morning. So for breakfast, you wouldn't be having this in the UK. But why the hell not, I say. Like, noodles, pork, chilies, breakfast of champions. While I'm here, I really am trying to get around as many places, as many markets as I can. So I'm trying not to eat too many things in one place, which is ideal. But because there's so many cool things to see in the markets, like, the videos are still going to be 10, 15, 20 minutes long, even if I'm just eating one bowl of noodles, because there's so many things in the market, so much produce, different types of bric-a-brac, just environments and the culture that people are here. And it's just like, I really hope that I can pick up the buzz and the vibe for you guys, because I really do love the market culture here. Night markets, morning markets, wet markets, like the whole thing. And then just the way every corner of the city and every corner of the streets have at least one place on every single corner on the street selling something from a truck or a van or like a stall. It's unbelievable. This is definitely, I think, one of the biggest bowls that I've had of noodles since I've been here. And again, that price just, it's ridiculous. Like I just don't know. I can't say anything about the price. It's incredible. It just goes to show how places like London that have become so expensive and so unaffordable even to eat on the street. Yet a country with as much development that's going on and as expensive in parts that it's becoming. Like, you can go out and have a cocktail here and they'll be the same prices in London, and they're like secret bars, and you got skyscrapers and rooftop bars that charge through the nose for things. Yet the fundamental basis of its food culture remains affordable, quick, effective, and unbelievably tasty. And long may that continue. I don't ever want that to change. And there's so many countries that have that, you know, Vietnam, Singapore, Hong Kong, the street food is affordable, it's accessible for people like myself that aren't from that country, and it's some of the best stuff that you can do in a country is experience the local markets and the local food. But these are really good. And like I say, it's very clean flavor, it's not very heavy, that broth. It's not very rich. So it's not gonna feel like a ton of bricks coming down on you. You'd think the amount of Asian food that I eat, you'd think I'd be better at chopsticks by now. Makes for fun viewing though, watching me struggle about. Right, I'm gonna finish this up. I might get a little bit more footage of the market for you guys. And then I'm moving on to the next, will be the next video. But yeah. For me, it'd be the next dish. But honestly, I think I've said it in nearly every video that I've been out here in. I truly do appreciate the love from you guys. If you are still watching, hit the like, hit the subscribe, put something down in the comments if you've been to the market before, or if there's a dish that you saw me walk past that I should have tried over what I had, or as well as. And yeah, long may we continue this little community of foodies. I really do enjoy listening to your stories. I really do enjoy interactions I have with you guys when I do bump into anybody. So, good morning for day 3 of Thailand. So this morning I was craving boat noodles. Now there's a whole alleyway dedicated to boat noodles in Bangkok, and I'm going to my personal favorite one that I went to a while back last time I was here, and I'm going to start there, have a couple bowls, and then we're going to walk down the river all the way down to Victory Monument, stopping at a couple of places along the way for more boat noodles, see how many bowls we're going to eat, and see if I have a personal favorite after this little walk down the alley. So boat noodles started off by being served on a boat on the river, and they were usually smaller, but like big bowls with smaller amounts of filling, so that they could basically pass them across the boats without spilling them. And they are thickened with the blood of the animal, and honestly, it's bloody phenomenal. So let's get in and have a go. So this is where we're going. It's right next to a little temple. Should have worn a hat today because it is red hot, and we are just going in to this giant shed basically. So let's see what we can get. There's a little bit on my phone because they don't really let you film it, especially not up close to the noodles. They're worried that they'll see what they put into them. I just went for one spicy pork, one spicy chicken, and they're small bowls, so you can eat a lot of them. So the plan is I'm going to have a pork and a beef in each one, and move down the river and just keep eating in each market as each boat noodle shop as I come along there. Okay, so I've just finished up with the first place. Now, you probably won't see much of it. I've done a little bit on my phone, because obviously they have a lot of signs up there saying no filming, which I had heard about since I was last there. I think people were trying to figure out what was in their recipe so that they could basically steal it, perhaps, I don't know. So this is a bit further away from the rest of the alley. I'm walking down the river now, as you can see, and then down and around the corner from here is the rest of the boat noodle alley, if you will. So I just had a glass bottle of Sprite, pork scratchings that you have on the table. They're obviously at an extra charge. and then a beef noodle and a chicken noodle. Sorry, a beef noodle and a pork noodle. Both of them spicy, and they were spicy. This is the first time I've actually said spicy, and I found them quite spicy. But all of that was just under £1.50. Came in at 58 baht, so about £1.40 for 2 bowls of noodles and a bottle of Sprite. Can't buy a bottle of Sprite back home for that price. So I am walking down to the rest of the alleyway now, hoping that I don't burn the ass off my scalp before I get there. Seen lots of ripples on the top of the river. There's a lot of fish in there. I've seen videos of some of the people feeding fish in some of the rivers, and there's just millions of them all over the place, which is incredible. So, but yeah, just kind of walking down now. This will lead me all the way down to Victory Monument, which is cool. And there's people kind of just building up some beans on the river, which is cool. They're just taking them off for, is it tamarind? I'm not sure what it is. But it is hot here today, so we're gonna go grab ourselves a juice from somewhere as well, cool ourselves down. But I mean, it's sort of a lovely area, yeah, it's kind of gotta watch where you're walking that you don't lose your footing. But it's probably dirtier than the Thames, the river itself, but then it's been used for so much for so long that I'm not really surprised. So anyway, we're going to get down to the street, find a few more places to eat, and hopefully I'll be able to video there a bit more. So we'll have a look at ganders when we get there. So as you can see, it runs down both sides, not quite as far on one side, then you go over the river and it runs just a little bit longer further down. That's the end of the alley, so we're now going to go and grab somewhere. So I told a lie. The other side of the river is like a hawker centre that don't just do boat noodles, they do like a mix of everything else as well. And there's also another market just across the road from here, so we'll probably try and fit all 3/2 in today as we walk down, because it's breakfast, so it's early. Still only not even midday yet. So we'll have a little walk around the other market and see what we can get as well. And then the boat noodles will resume. So we shall see. Fried bananas and sweet potato. We'll jump up in here. There's another little store going on. It's not massive. but there's a few things. Lots of grilled foods again. We'll probably just go straight back over to the boat noodle alley. Got some fried chicken from Muping, but boat noodles before anything else. So we're gonna go back over and grab some boat noodles. So there is an almighty queue for this one at the end here, but everywhere's like super busy, so we will grab a table somewhere and get into some, I think, along here. So next stop was Payak boat noodles, so I went for a sour noodle soup, a chicken soup, and a beef soup in this one. They serve bowls of crispy fried pork and crispy fried pork garlic on the side. Now obviously when they offer it to you, just be aware it is an extra charge, but it's only like 50-60 pence. So I have here, this is the sour noodle soup with the pork. This looks like it would be the beef soup perhaps, and then the pork, or the other way around anyway, one of the two. So I am really looking forward to this. So I'm going to add some of the crispy pork and garlic bits to each of my soups. So these are just a little flavour of garlic. And it really does add like texture to your bowls. Obviously the bowls themselves are quite soft. So I'm sorry. Start with the sour soup. It's not too sour. There's some nice like pink pork. That pork is delicious. I think there's some fish cake in here as well. Crispy fried wontons. It wasn't as sour as I was expecting. Just gonna add a little. Thank you. A little bit of that spicy vinegar. Some big old pieces of fried pork. The addition of that sour vinegar really helps. I'll wash it all now. I think it's great that they're all located in one place. Because you got that kind of competition.
Nobody really bothers you to go into their place. You might get the odd one kind of point if you're on a table. But ultimately, obviously, there's competition as well. So the competition keeps everything reasonable. So, the sour soup, even though it's delicious, I prefer the more traditional thickened blood soups. They're very, very good. That little addition of the vinegar that I added really does help. Now on to the star of the show. So the first one I'm going into is beef. The colour of the noodle alone, look how much darker they are. Soaked in all the colour and flavour of that broth. Bunch of vinegar. Obviously the vinegar is chili vinegar, so it is a bit spicy. The beef meat isn't as tender as the first one, but there's a lot more in it. It doesn't appear to be any liver, like the first. The balls are nice and stringy, really delicious. I think the sauce has a little more sweetness here as well. Not much more, just a little bit. And I mean, for like 50 pence a bowl, especially with the amount of beef in this one, you're getting really good deals. Can't go wrong with the portions. Before I finish in Thailand, I may come back up here and just see how many bowls I can eat in one sitting. Coming up to finishing part 4. Soon to be 5. Feeling pretty good. Anyway, I'm going to keep going with these. And then that might be the video. If I go anywhere else, I probably won't film it, because obviously, ultimately, everywhere you go, you're going to get these lovely little golden balls of goodness that are just incredible. And I love the idea of it just being small, cheap, reasonable. You can come in and have one bowl and a Coke for like £1, or you can go to town and even if you eat like 20 bowls, it's still about a tenner. It's just delicious.
Guys, I am on the outskirts of central Bangkok, having watched a video literally this morning in my hotel room in bed from the Roman cook, Gary Butler, who had some amazing looking duck noodle soup. And I was in two minds. I didn't know where to go, didn't know what to eat this morning. Watched the video and just went, that's where I'm going.
Okay guys, so I had to interrupt the start of this video. Bear with me in this, because in this video I am about to eat, personally, the best duck noodle soup. Hell, the best dish that I had in the entire trip of Thailand. It's in this video. So keep watching and enjoy.
So I just got off at Thar Pra MRT, and it's about a 15-20 minute walk down the road to this little side street that he went to where everything looked delicious, and he really looked like he was enjoying it. And you know, with Gary, if he really enjoys something, he likes to share it. So today, that is where I am going. I'm going to go down there, I'm going to have a look at what we've got, and just behind me, I'll see if I can flip it around and show you. Just over here is one of the largest Buddhas I've ever seen, and I do believe it is one of the largest Buddhas now in Bangkok, or it may be even in Thailand. It is humongous. It is as big as a tower block. Absolutely huge. Now, I'm not getting over there today, but I may go over there in the next couple of weeks. But we are going to walk down this insanely busy road. Traffic's not too bad, but the noise is tremendous because it's echoing from all the concrete above me from the MRTs, which cross over at Thar Pra. So 20-minute walk, we're going to go down there, we're going to see what we can get. I'm starving, I haven't eaten anything since the Chinatown video last night. So we will see what we can get. So that wasn't 20 minutes, that was probably like a quarter of an hour maybe. 15-minute walk, and then I am near the street where Gary was recording. However, obviously just down the road from there is a market called Ha Ple Market, perhaps. So I'm not 100% sure on the pronunciation. How you doing? You good? So obviously now it's like people seeing me walking around being farang. So we'll have a quick look through the market and see what we can find. So I'm not sure what the best time for the market is. It could be early, it could be late. Some of these markets are open so early. But I absolutely love just seeing everyone kind of going about their daily lives, which is just brilliant. So we'll walk through here and then we'll head down to the street, the duck noodle. I'm not sure exactly what they sell or what we'll find, but we'll find something. So we're getting a lot of funny looks being the farang in the market. So I do like it though, because everyone's like, you get funny looks, but everyone's all smiles and happy and just kind of going about their daily lives, which is great to see. And it kind of spreads for quite a large distance, to be fair, onto the street and across the road we're going. We're going to head down the street to my left when we can cross the road. This is the fun bit of Thailand. Sudden everyone will just go. This is where I am. I'll walk down a bit further because this is just like a crate. I think this is a place for like absolute pickup. See, that was not the place to cross. I think everyone there was waiting for taxis. So, but we'll head down. It's down this street, and then I think it's a left somewhere, and then we will be where we need to be. That's the thing, it's so much traffic everywhere, and the zebra crossings are more direction or guidance as opposed to law. So we will see what we can get. It is 10 o'clock and it's like 31 degrees at the moment, so it's a really good hot day. So we've just arrived at the street, and as you come in to the street, you walk over a set of train tracks, and there's a train just in the distance. It's too far away to tell. I think it's coming towards us, so we'll hang on here and we'll keep an eye on it. So what were the chances of the timing? I don't know how often trains run through these parts. I think they're probably about every hour. Correct me if I'm wrong. However, this is a pretty good place to be as the train comes whipping by. So just make sure you look both ways before you cross the road. So this is the street. You just want to keep an eye out behind you for bikes whipping up and down. They got crispy pork, and it's just like everyone just kind of going about their daily business, and yeah, very much away from your normal everyday stuff. So looks like there's a temple just to my right as well. So we're going to walk all the way down the street here to the bottom, and then we will come back up and get some food when we walk back up this street. I don't think it's a very long street, so we'll get what shots we can now and then come back and grab something after. So you can tell when you're in an area that isn't touristy, obviously, by the fact that there is zero translation on the food. So I think today is going to be a guess and sit and hope. But again, it's kind of a step up from Terminal 21 and then a step up from Chinatown, and just kind of easing you guys in gently to what the city has to offer. And I'm by no means an expert, however, I will say that everywhere I've been to so far has been delicious, and obviously we will continue hopefully with that trend. I'm sure we'll find something that we don't like. I mean, the only thing I haven't really liked is in Terminal 21 when we had the ginger bean curd soup, because it just wasn't sweet as I would have hoped. In fact, there was no sweetness. Any kind of sweetness in that would have been delicious. But this is it. This is the end of the street. So we are now just going to double check and see what is good to have. We get to the end and it just breaks off into another junction. So this is where we're going to eat. So first stop was the duck soup, which I am just so excited to try. This is one of the ones that Gary went. I think the second one in this video. So Gary, my trust is in you, pal. So then on the table, we've got some chili and garlic, some dried chili, some sugar, maybe MSG, chili vinegar, some fish sauce, and then your spoons and your chopsticks ready to go. I'm excited for this. I'm just going to taste that broth first. Oh my God.
considering duck is a very like fatty bird, it's a very clean flavour. Just added some extra chilli in there for some punch because she said it's not a spicy dish, and it really isn't. I think that's a misconception in Thai food, is everyone just thinks everything just blows your head off. But there is such a balance of flavours in foods in Thailand. Some are spicy, some are sweet, some are salty, some are all of the above. Huge pieces of meat in there. That is so tender. Some crispy bits of pork in there. Looks like some duck liver. That liver is so good. It has a flavour of liver, but it's not really gamey. Like the flavour is there of it, but again, it's kind of clean and fresh. Those noodles, really sticky. A little bite to them. The addition then of that sort of minced chili and chili vinegar. Again, it's a massive balance. Like a lot of the foods can be quite rich in flavour. I think they're my favourite bit. Little meatballs. When they make these meatballs you get over here, they're almost spongy in texture. That's why they've mashed up that meat so much that it becomes a really fine paste. It's not like a sausage meat, it's even finer than that. It's like, I think the closest thing we have in England would be like a Richmond skinless sausage, that kind of texture. But it's less mushy, they've kind of given it a bit more body, it has a little bounce to it. Like, this is just phenomenal. So, I don't think I've had that many bad foods in Thailand. Some have maybe not been to my taste, but even that is very minimal. They're strong flavours, they're bold flavours, but essentially the quality of the ingredients that they're using are very good, very fresh. And they just have a balance of ingredients in the sort of eastern part of the world that we don't have in the UK. The balancing of something that's so spicy and so sweet and so salty, and adding fish as a seasoning even in a dessert. You know, it takes a brave person to do that. But here it's just the everyday. This is unreal. Obviously, everything is in Thai, but just take your chance. If you're a foodie, and you're traveling in Thailand, this is the places you want to come to. Like I say, there's absolutely no English, which is perfectly fine. The people working speak a little, so she was able to tell me that it was duck, but obviously, having eaten it, you'd have guessed. But for breakfast, there's nothing better. Literally just enough spice in there now with the vinegar and the dried chili to give your mouth a little tingle, but to still be able to taste all of those flavours. could be with the pork noodle roll, with the noodle roll soup yesterday, the pork. This is up there probably with my 2 best dishes so far. Now, okay, some of you might be going, James, you've already had like 5 or 6 dishes and you're there for 2 weeks. This is true. However, a leader is a leader until he gets beaten. And these and the pork soup, I think, are the 2 to beat. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the 2 of my favourite dishes have had the offal. So they've had like liver and stomach and stuff in there, because ultimately all of that generates so much extra flavour in that broth. You get a real richness. It's like my favourite thing in Thailand, soup-wise, is probably like a boat noodle. Like, it's thickened with blood of the animal, and that's what makes it so delicious. This is a solid 9 out of 10. This is like unreal. I may just have to make my 2 weeks now just going to places that Gary's gone to eat, because this is unreal. And the people here, you know, are ridiculously friendly, super happy, you know, everyone having a bit of gossip, and yeah, just, it's a great vibe, you know, there's no uncomfortableness, it's just unbelievably welcoming and friendly, which is what I love about the Thai people. You know, they call it the land of smiles for a reason, and I very much agree that they are that, you know, they're just happy people, and yeah, unbelievable. I'm going to finish this, head down to another store and get another dish, and then we'll see where we go from there, because I don't want to eat too much on every video, but I might talk a bit more in the videos of what I eat and where I am, so that I can get a few more videos for you guys in different areas. So 1 more dish maybe, and then we'll head back for a little refresh and then go out for lunch, because it's only 11 o'clock, so it's still only breakfast. So I have lunch, and then I'm going to probably hit a night market later on today as well, which is even better. So, get these done. So, next up from Gary's video is, I believe he said it was a Thai Chinese place, and they have a white noodle. It's actually filled with bits of dried shrimp, and they have it all along the counter there. They've got like sausage, pork, rolled egg, minced pork, and this looked delicious as well. It's a great area just to kind of walk up and down, and there's so many people and so many places to stop at, and yeah, just unbelievable experience. So thanks Gary for the video on YouTube. I will be sure to watch more and go to more places. But yeah, cab and cab. So here we have the balls. Got all the different textures in there. Mixed noodles, crispy pork skin. And Chinese sausage. Again, it's not a spicy dish. It's the sausage is a little sweet. So I'm just sorting out my camera. The sausage is a little sweet. Again, I'm going to add a little bit of spicy vinegar. Just a little bit of dried chili in this one. I don't add too much into this one because the last one I overdid it a bit. So you've got in here, you've got tofu. The amount of textures in this is just unreal.
So that was it. I hit 2 stalls and I'm pretty full, to be fair. But like, if you're nervous about street food, there's no reason to be. But this is a very good stepping stone to that stage of trying somewhere on the street that maybe does look a bit questionable, because that is where the best food is going to be. So we'll see what we can get up here. So, to escape the hot weather and the no sun cream, we have come into Terminal 21, one of the many shopping malls that Bangkok have. They love a shopping mall. And we're going all the way up to Pier 21 for food. Going all the way up there. So each floor at Terminal 21 is based on a different country. So you've got Tokyo, London, Istanbul, San Francisco, and then you got a big Oscar up there in the corner. So even tram lines on the floor. Baked cheese tarts. So there's this level, and then there's another level upstairs that all have street food and just food in general, and it's a very cool spot. Golden Gate Bridge, just as in case you weren't sure that you were in San Francisco. And then we'll go up to the next floor. I think that's more street food than restaurants. These are all more dine-in restaurants. Okay, this is a bit different to what I remember. You will find something to eat. I remember there being like a food court where you paid money. It must be a different one. So I'm just gonna go find something to eat here. But we will find something. Trust me. So I found it in the end. There's a lot more food places than I remember. So this is the food court. And you put your money on your card and you just tap the card, and then whenever you finish, you take the card back, and if you have any money left on it, they will give it back to you. So much on offer, and the prices here as well are basically the same as what you'd get on the street, and I would say the portions might be just a touch bigger. We'll have a little look around and see what we're going to get. Put 150 on the card, and I do think that that's going to be far too much for one person. But we will see. So we've got stewed pork leg. I love this stuff. Roast duck and rice, crispy pork, got a steak, beverages and desserts on the other side.
Right, let's go have a look at what I'm gonna get. That is the drink of the gods. So, first stop was Terminal 21. As I said, I found the food market poor area in the end. There's a lot of restaurants, but there is a food court where you put your money on the card and just kind of go around and get what you want. So I got some spicy fried chicken with a very spicy chili sauce. Maybe a little fish sauce in there as well. It's a little salty. Come with the fried chicken, and it's got some onion in there. It's got some chili in there. You don't get food like this in a food court back in the UK. That is spicy. It's tender. Yeah, sort of little crunch from that raw onion and that spring onion in there really cuts through the chicken. It's not overly fatty, but it's definitely spicy. Like I say, look at that extra spicy sauce on the side. And then if it does get too much, iced milk tea, which is basically tea with sugar and condensed milk. So we got that chicken. We also got the stewed pork. With an egg. Now, what I like about this in Thailand is they give you this, the fat on the outside. It's sticky, it's gelatinous, it's sweet. The egg is okay. I prefer like a soy brined egg or braised like a brined egg. It's just a bit flaggy, that yolk. I like a softer yolk. But that pork, it's meaty, it's very, very sweet. As you can see in the video, that has been cooking for so long. And there's so many in that pot. But all of that collagen from the fat and bones just starts getting on your lips. Fabulous. A little bit of rice with it, some pickled mustard greens. Like, it is nearly 11 AM, so this is in theory my breakfast. I'll tell you what, it's a pretty good breakfast. I'm going to keep this video quite short because it isn't really what I want to do here. I don't really want to be going into too many of the shopping malls and showing you what the food courts are. I just wanted to give you a quick introduction to the fact that a lot of these dishes you can find, not so much, I'm not sure on Terminal 21, I'm sure other people will be able to tell me, but a lot of the traders in the giant malls, a lot of the traders actually started from street food vendors and got stalls in the malls as well. So what you find here, ultimately, you find on the street. And it's just that stepping stone. If you come over here, you're a bit tentative, you're a bit, you're hot, it's humid, you're probably getting a bit agitated, it's been a long day, you don't know where to eat on your first day. This is a safe bet. You come down here, it's cheap. Now, this is the kicker. One massive iced tea, it's like the size of my head, fried chicken and onion salad, stewed pork and rice. All of that came to 109 baht. So I'm working it out that 40 baht is a pound. So, you know, £2.75 for all of that. I wouldn't be able to get that in London for less than 4 or 5 quid. And I've got enough food here now to put me into a coma, which isn't hard considering I'm extremely tired and I haven't slept for 24 hours. And that's it. That's going to be the video. I've shown you around the Terminal 21 a little bit. I've shown you the food stalls that they have here. I'm going to probably get a little bit of bean curd and ginger to finish off because I've got another 40 baht on my card, so I'm going to get probably a dessert. I might film that as well. I'm going to sit and finish these, and like I said, it's about 11 o'clock. I've got 2-3 hours left to kill before I can get into my hotel room and have a shower, and I need one. So you might see me again in here with the ginger. You might not. It depends on how well I eat here now and how much it fills me up, but we'll see. But like I say, I just wanted to kind of give you a little demonstration that the food here isn't to be scared of. And you know, if you're a bit tentative, start here so that you get yourself familiar with a couple of dishes, and then when you see it on the street, it's not that much of a stepping stone to go from this to that. And trust me, when you go to that, that's when it goes up another level. But by no means is this bad. This is exceptional. You wouldn't find food this good in a shopping mall in the UK. So this is for shopping mall food, it's a solid 9 out of 10. For food in a shopping mall in the UK, it's a 12 out of 10. But in Thailand, this is the standard, and this is what it is in every shopping mall that you go to. So it's definitely a convenient and comfortable place to start for you guys if you're new to coming over here. So yeah, anyway, I'm waffling. I'm going to go finish eating my food, and I'll catch you again in a bit.